Oh, my light's gone out. Great, never mind. Right, let me just see if I can put this light on. No, it's not working. Never mind, there we go. No, never mind, it's not working. Right, welcome to my weekly 10 show. And if you're watching live tonight and you live near me, then what the hell's wrong with you? It's absolutely stunning outside. And if you're indoors watching this, then you need to get out, turn it off, watch it later. You can catch the recording of this show on my YouTube channel or on Facebook or Instagram, so you can see it anywhere you want after the show. So if you can't watch it live for whatever reason, you can always do that. And I would definitely recommend not watching it live tonight if you are, and to go out somewhere. Okay. Anyway, tonight I'm going to discuss the importance of words, really, and why it's important to be careful what we actually say to ourselves in any situation. You know, we don't realise what we say to ourselves most of the time. So, thinking about this, what have all of these either words or phrases got in common? Think about this. I'll never. I can't. This always happens. I have to do this. Hopefully, I'll get there. What do all of those little phrases and words have in common, do you think? They're all self-defeating. They drain our energy. They lower our performance level so that we don't achieve what we really want to achieve. When we feel stressed, anxious, depressed, or have any sort of low self-esteem or low self-belief, we tend to think negatively. Over time, it's normal then to become trapped in that sort of self-defeating way of thinking. And people who struggle with either mental illness or addiction, as I have with both, will relate to this. You know, it can be very hard to get out of a very draining mindset when you're stuck there. And there'll be people watching this who are probably in that situation right now, thinking, how the hell am I ever going to move forward with my life? Because you only see things from certain perspectives. And if you're thinking like that now, if you're in that sort of anxious sort of mindset where you're not able to see a way out, trust me, there is a way out, because it's just simply your position right now, which the way you're thinking, which is creating that situation for you. So there is a way out. And I've obviously demonstrated that myself in terms of my own journey. So, you know, be reassured there. It's always... I thought someone was walking in my flat. It's always important to be aware of how and what we think. Okay, and as what we actually think creates our reality. And this is what I'm saying here. It's, you know, if we're feeling stuck, it's because we're telling ourselves that we're stuck. You know, and if we're feeling angry, it's because we're telling ourselves subconsciously. I'm talking about, not sitting there telling yourself. In your mind, you're thinking you're seeing things through the lens of conflict, and you're telling yourself conflict exists when it might not even be there. It's just the way we're seeing it. So how we feel creates how we act. Okay, so if we're telling ourselves subconsciously something about whatever situation, one of those words perhaps, then naturally we're going to feel lower than we normally would, not feeling as good as we normally would, and that then creates our actions. And that then decides, I should say, whether our actions are going to be productive actions or counterproductive actions. You know, because if we're feeling low about something, how likely are you going to be productive in whatever it is you want to do or achieve, or, you know. So naturally, when we are feeling low or stressed, anxious, we're rarely aware of what is actually going on in our minds. We're overthinking everything. We're full of judgment. We're full of stress, frustration, all of these things. So we're rarely aware, consciously aware of what's going on in our head at any given moment during that period. And what happens then is we allow the subconscious mind to sort of take hold and dictate to us in a way. So it dictates how we're going to feel. So that means you're led by the thoughts which come through a set of filters in your mind, in your subconscious mind. And those filters are fears, limiting beliefs, interpretations that we tell ourselves. So, for instance, you know, something might have happened. You might text your friend or someone, your girlfriend or whoever, and they've not replied to you. So you start telling yourself a story. Oh, they've got the hump with me, or whatever. Only for them to then get back to you later and say, oh, no, I was just busy. So that's an example of an interpretation. We do it all the time. We create these stories in our minds, which we then believe are true, and they often turn out not to be true. And it gets us into a complete state where we're stressed or whatever, because we're telling ourselves this is happening, when in reality it's nothing like we think it is. And that holds us back. It stops us moving forward if we're thinking like that. And it's the same with limiting beliefs and assumptions. Assumptions is where you're telling yourself because something didn't work out in the past, it won't happen again. And little things like that. So, there's we have them every day. We can't stop having them, but we can create a mindset where we're highly energized, and that means you don't experience them, because they don't live in that mindset when you're feeling good. They only happen or occur when your energy is low and you feel stressed, basically. So those beliefs which drain us and hold us back are created by you. They're created by you and all of us. So, and like I said, you can't avoid it, but you can control it. And the more specifically your view of you actually view your circumstances through. So, for instance, if you're going for a new job and you're seeing things through the lens of fear, how likely are you going to get the job? Or assumption. If, like, for instance, if I, and a good example would be if I was telling myself that I'm going for a new job. And before I went to the job, I was telling myself, I have to get this job, or even, you might be an assumption. I don't think I'm going to get this job because I didn't get the last job I went for. So there's different ways you can drain your energy. But if you're telling yourself those sort of things, then opposed to this, I really want this job. We inadvertently create a mindset which then stops us getting what we want. It creates a negative belief that creates a counterproductive action. We don't perform at our best. And simply by the choice of words that you use. So it's as simple as that. It's common sense. You want to feel good? Think something good. If you want to feel bad, think something bad. But it's about believing it as well, because we create our own beliefs. So if you're having a limiting belief that's actually stopped you performing at your best at some reason, change it. Change it to a belief that works for you, a perspective. You've got the power to do that. We all have. So you can choose at any moment to change your way of thinking and create something that's much more constructive and productive in your own life, So telling yourself, you have to, and notice what emotion comes. I mean, sit here right now, say, I have to do this, and automatically you'll feel like, like a draining feeling, just by telling yourself that. So try it amongst yourself and see how you get on with that, because you tell yourself something which is like that. I have to. I'm not going to be able to achieve that goal, or I should really do this. All of these things. So tell yourself that, and consciously actually sit there and make a note consciously of how you feel when you tell yourself that. That's very important, because that's what awareness is about. It's bringing yourself to conscious awareness, to notice what's going on in your body, to notice what's going on in your mind. And then when you do become more aware of that sort of stuff, you can learn to change it and start making it work for you, rather than being a victim to it or dictated by it. So practice that. Just sit there, ask yourself, I have to do this, or I should do this, or I'm not good enough. And just note what emotion comes up when you do that. And then try it the other way. Try the other perspective. I don't know. If tell yourself, I really want to do this, or I can do this. I'm perfectly able to do this. This is easy. I can do this all day long. Telling yourself stuff like that is more likely to raise your energy in a moment, give you a feeling of confidence, inner strength, whatever it is that's going to move you forward. And then you can use those, as you feel those emotions, you can start using them to create the things that you want. That's how manifestation works. That's law of attraction. You believe it, you see it, to visualize whatever you want. And then you've got to believe it. You've got to believe that you can have whatever you choose and live it. And it's exactly the same as this. When you think, you feel, you act, and you create. It's as simple as that. And it is common sense. It's very basic. It's not all some mystical stuff. It's not. It's common sense. So the answer to how you can choose your words, thoughts, and feelings, choose them wisely. It's as simple as that, so that they work for you. That, when you do that, that's called awareness. That's what awareness is when you're consciously choosing what you want to feel, think and feel. That's all that is. So the more you become more in the moment, more in the now, consciously aware what's going on around you, and consciously aware of your thinking more precisely, the better you become, the easier it becomes as well. So that helps us then choose words, phrases, which enable you to create new positive beliefs. So if you've got a limiting belief which tells you that you're not good enough, or certain circumstances happening in a certain way, change that perspective to a belief that tells you the opposite, or tells you something that's much more constructive. So yeah, and then that enables you to start moving forward. You can start creating the life that you truly want, instead of feeling a victim and feeling angry because you're stuck and you can't move forward because of what you're thinking. So and as soon as you get free of those limiting beliefs, magic starts happening. And I'll be honest with you, learning this stuff isn't easy. I mean, it's not easy to rewire your brain in the way you think. Learn a new philosophy. It's like learning Chinese, or doing so. It takes time to sort of learn things. But learning is the easy part, because it's not just about learning, it's about practicing it. You've got to do it day in, day out, every day, for it to work. You can't just learn something, read a book and put it down and expect it to happen. It doesn't work like that. So it takes time, and it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a heck of a lot of hard work and determination to be the very best version of yourself. However, if you're determined to do something, and you're tired of not being at the best you can be, and you want to make the most of your life, because we're not here forever, and you want to start really doing something different with your life that's actually working for you, rather than always struggling against the tide, then I work with people doing that. My 5-month program, my foundations program, is exactly this. It's training people to learn how this philosophy works and implement it. The training part, the learning part, is very easy. It's not easy. It takes time to learn it, but I work with my clients using a book and several other different ways to learn. There's 3 of these, by the way, and different other one-to-one attitudinal assessment as well. So there's lots of different things I do within my program, which you can check out on my website. But the foundations program essentially is learning, but the main part isn't. You don't learn it and just walk away. It's about practicing it day in, day out, and that's what I do as a coach. I work with people, I hold them accountable to do the work, and I partner with them step by step throughout this whole entire process, until they're at a point where not only is this stuff embedded in your mind, and you know it, you're practicing it, and you're doing it naturally. So if you're looking to do something different in your life, and by different I mean just changing the status quo of what's going on really in your life, if it's not working for you right now, then look into hiring a coach. If it's not me, it's someone else, but whoever it is, coaching will help you. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to go outside because it's really nice. Have a lovely evening. See you all next time. Bye bye. If I can turn this off.